To start this video, I want to express my condolences and thoughts to the Charlton family following the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton earlier today. Sir Bobby passed away at the age of 86 years old, and he is, without a shadow of the doubt, considered one of English football's finest ever talents. A member of the 1966 World Cup winning team, he also proudly represented Manchester United Football Club, as well as the nations of the Republic of Ireland and England. May he rest in peace, and my thoughts do go out to Manchester United and Charlton's family at this very sad time. Sunday's only got one game this week, so there's no real Super Sunday, is there? But for me, it is a Super Sunday, and there's a perk to it. I don't have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch this game and get a little bit more of a longer lie-in, which is good. It's the Battle of the Clarets with Aston Villa hosting West Ham United in Birmingham. You know what gets me about this? I mentioned that I support West Ham, and Canadian fans go, isn't that, well, not fans, but Canadians rather in general go, isn't that who Grealish played for? Because they're thinking Aston Villa is West Ham because they have the same colour kits. Okay, honest mistake. I get that. One thing that the teams do kind of have in common, though, this season is that they're both in Europe and they're both going for it again. Aston Villa's got a really strong chance of getting a European spot once again. Its form is incredibly good this season. You can see the project, you can see the positivity, you can see the style of play. Emery Ball might have been slagged off at Arsenal, but it's certainly working at Villa Park right now. Villa started off the season in a very bad way, losing 5-1 away at Newcastle United. But since then, they've only lost once in the league. The victories have included a 4-0 home drumming against Everton and shooting down the Seagulls 6-1 by beating Brighton and Hove Albion as well. That game was a real sticking point for Brighton fans, but a really good sense of positivity for the Villa fans. In the last game, Villa drew 1-1 with Wolves in a Black Country derby in a fair result. Emery has been looking to get in new scouts and people who he knew from La Liga. People who he knew could help him to build up this team again. And he has made some good signings. Pau Torres has come in to the defence and looked quite solid. Moussa Diaby was one of the best wingers in the Bundesliga last season. He's really settled in well into the Premier League and has made an impact into this attack. Ollie Watkins is in fine goal-scoring form, and there are rumours that he will leave Villa for another club. The on downer, I think, is Youri Tielemans. Tielemans is a good midfielder by nature, but my issue with him is that he basically should be called Lurpak Tielemans. The man is fat. The man literally looks like a big round fat snowman on the pitch. And that's not even a very good simile to use. But I just couldn't think of anything else that was fat. I could have said that he looked like Barry White, but no. That's probably taking it a bit too far. Tielemans has just been a bit of a disappointment, I think, for them. And that's a bit of a shame, because I thought he was quite good at Leicester in 2019-2020. Matty Cash has been looking very good for them as well in defence. Martinez has been fantastic as well in goal. I'll talk about them more in the next section. This is a Villa team that I reckon will get Europe again, but right now it's adapting to the European drought. It struggled a little bit in its group stage, but things might pick up in the league as well. There are some good things about the team, but there are also some bad things. I'll get onto that in another part of the video. But this Villa team, we've had a few fair run-ins with them in the past, and it's looked good against them. I can talk about quite a few players in this section. Emilio Martinez apparently is one of the most valuable goalkeepers in the world. A Golden Glove winning goalkeeper at the World Cup and a World Cup winner. Excellent for them to have that in their team. Matty Cash has looked good in defence. He's gone into a more attacking right-back role. Torres has looked impressive as well in that spot in the defence. Ollie Watkins, a clinical finisher. Someone who is compared to Thierry Henry. Diaby, a clinical winger as well. He's excellent. Their midfield unit, though, is lacking a lot. And I think we can get them in the centre of the mid. We have a lot more energy, fluidity, an attacking threat in our midfield than Villa do. John McGinn doesn't really offer that, for example. I don't see him as a major attacking threat, and he's got moments where he does score goals, but he's not a key attacking threat. Zaniolo, I'm not sure will even play in this because he's been accused of betting in that Italian football scandal. And there were suggestions that Villa was going to terminate his loan deal. I'm not even sure if he's going to play or not. Regardless of who plays or not, though, the midfield is where we're going to win these battles. It was the case last season with him. We can do it again. James Collins used to play for Aston Villa and West Ham United. He had 2 spells at West Ham, and that's what he's probably better known for. Fans had opinions on Collins. Some on Twitter said that he was good. Some on Twitter said that he was bad. I liked him. Not going to lie to you. I did like him a lot. He was a very respectable guy. And how he was sold out at the club, told that he'd just be leaving by an email, was kind of wrong. He deserved some kind of testimonial game, in my opinion. It never came, which was cruel on the club's part. But in between West Ham spells, I can't speak, he played for Aston Villa and then came back to London and again became quite a strong defender with Angelo Ogbonna. Under Slaven Bilic, he was somewhat different in that first season. But I did like Collins a lot and kind of miss him. I've watched the podcast on the West Ham official YouTube channel. He does talk a hell of a lot about his time at the club. I could listen to him for hours. 2-1 West Ham. I know we battered them 4-1 that time. That was some of the best football I've ever seen us play in my life, by the way. We beat them 2-1 last season. Did we beat them 2-1 last season? No, 2021-22 we beat them at home 2-1. I think last season we drew with them. Didn't we? Did we? I think we drew with them in one game. And even last season, they went through a bit of a transitional period as well. So, I think, in all honesty, we can beat them if we just attack them in the right places. I don't remember what we did to them last season, I didn't pay that much attention. So that's quite bad from me. I will say this, though, for certain. Kudus has to get more game time in this. And Moyes says that the guy's nearly ready to start. That's positivity. It's going to be another case of who do we chop and change. I don't even know still. Even in this game, I don't know who we can chop and change. But if we get a really bad result, questions will need to be asked about certain individuals at that point. And I know a few that might end up being kicked out of the team for now if they don't put in a shift and we don't get a result. We've got us all to play for. It's early on, but I'm looking forward to the game regardless.